Well, good morning, everyone. It is hump day. It is Wednesday. Let's see what surprises we have over here. Okie Bree, new member. Baby, me love you. Thank you. We got Real Rock and Robin in here. Zach Walker, True Crime Beat. Angel P. Nufflin, Family by Choice. Woo, a lot going on. First, I'm just going to jump right to it. Look at your poll, because many of you reached out. You have talked. We have had discussions in Discord, in the Facebook group, you name it. Most of you seem to think that Brandon's girlfriend, Misty, knows more. Let me look at the poll. Yep, 83%. No way, 9%. Other is 9%. Then it comes to this. Is she a victim? Because this is not abstinence that she just came across Brandon. She has known Stacy and knows a lot about Stacy Wandra for a long time. Now, I'm not saying that she knows where Michael is, but with all of their intimate time together, I think that she could have picked up on a few things that maybe could have helped law enforcement. Well, let's take a second and tell Zach Walker, thank you for gifting those Crime Lines and Lies memberships. Amazing. The way you all support this channel is amazing. And support families. You support families. Look over the years what you have done for different families. It's amazing. So thank you very much for that, Zach Walker. And let's see, what do we have here? Radio Gods has been a member for 17 months. And that is one of the coolest names ever. Well, we know today is Wednesday, so we know the routine. Raise your hand if you have pink on.
Oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Speaking of, this weekend is Mother's Day weekend. Who has got plans? I know we have plans because Friday morning we're doing a members live. You know, secret society meeting that you all can't stay away from. So let's celebrate what they say, Mean Girls, and Wednesdays we wear pink. Okay, OJ, get down. Get down, OJ. OJ has on his patriotic collar right now because Memorial Day is coming up. For some reason, OJ, I don't know what's going on with him, but he doesn't seem to like Easter. Or he's got a problem with baby Jesus. I don't know. Because he tore up one Easter collar. And it's blue with duckies on it, a bow tie that Jules got for him, I think last year. He tore that up. So then I put a pink collar on him with little chickies and eggs on it. Well, he messed that up. So now he is all Rambo looking with his patriotic collar on. All right, let's get to your comments from the last show and we'll get to it because I really want to know what you guys think about this. And disclaimer, we're not accusing anyone of anything. We acknowledge that there are 4 suspects in the abduction and possible murder of Michael Vaughn. All right. Our friend Amanda Kamar said, I hope that one of them turns on the others. Stacy knows what he's saying. sad fact of the matter is Stacy has turned on them. Sarah has turned on Stacy. Actually, Sarah has turned on everyone except Brandon. Brandon has said over and over, what a liar Stacy is, and he's a fat piggy that's a slob. Anna Lizette said, in various interviews, Stacy has always described a lot of road travel on the day of the disappearance and the days before and after. She said, I believe answers could be found on these routes, but the routes cover hundreds of square miles. Working from memory, I will try to put together various locations into one narrative. And she lives in the general area. That is a really good idea. Now, facts. We want facts. We know that Stacy told us on this channel a year and some change ago that he stopped on southwestern Arizona to put power steering fluid in, and they saw a child. Well, presumably that child is Michael Vaughn. His DNA was found in Stacy and Sarah's house. His DNA, well, I'll just say that the dogs were alerted at Brandon's mother's house. All right, Misty left several comments. Here's one. She said, Brooks, I'm happy you're doing this about Michael all the time. Misty also said, she said, yes, I did say that about Adrian. That's what I heard about him. And I think it's wrong and hella gross. To be honest, Michael needs to come home and be with his family. I agree with Misty. Misty also said she wanted to let everyone know. Now, these are in the comments from the last show. I just want to say something. I didn't know anything about this before December, and I wish I didn't get in a relationship with someone who has this on them. And I wish Michael will be found and get to come home. Don't we all? Don't we all? Now, Misty denies that Brandon had anything to do with Michael's abduction, any of it. Okay? Now, let me tell you, there's a difference between being friends with someone and you can easily be like, oh, hell yeah, they did it. Not going to shock me. But when you're head over heels in love, you deny a lot of things even when they're right in front of you. You know those people that get up and they finally put their foot down because they just got hit with some truth, realize it, or just can't deny it. Misty, she says Brandon had nothing to do with hurting that kid. That's what she says all the time. She has also made mention to me several times. Now, she's mad at me and she blocked me, but maybe she'll come back around because nobody around here's mad at her. We're trying to help her. Because the people that she knows and is surrounded by, these are dangerous, dangerous people. If they can make a whole ass human disappear, and I shouldn't have said it that way, but I'm talking about little Michael Vaughn. We also know that Stacy is somehow possibly connected with a murder in Montana. So Misty, I believe, knows more, not involved, or doesn't know shit. Because she goes way back with Stacy. She didn't just meet these people at the mall. She goes way back with them. All right, let's get to our conversation from the other day. Hold on.
Is supposed to get her. Oh my God, so much has happened. my mom fell and tripped and dislocated both of her shoulders, and then she's got to get surgery on her aorta, the main valve to your heart. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. And that's horrible.
Okay.
I mean, that's not something that you want to, play around with. Just like, all your neck problems.
Yeah, but I feel like me going into surgery, I said that even since I was 19, it's going to kill me. Because the semi, oh, by the way, I'm suing the semi driver. I got a lawsuit going now. Because in that semi accident, they messed up my C6, my C5, C6, and C7.
Well, that's $1 million lawsuit right there because, you got 80,000 pounds behind 10,000 pounds.
Oh, boy. It's a number.
Yeah, a semi hits you. Goodness.
Yeah, on the exit 333, halfway to hell, too.
Yeah.
Great fun.
Hey, so, when Brandon and you broke up, what happened? Okay. I'll pause it right there for a second. I'm a real Diane Sawyer when it comes to interviewing. Truth is, I really like Misty. She is funny. She's enjoyable. She really is. Again, the name of the show is She a Victim? Because she's around some nasty ass people, my friends. She truly is. And I think she wants to tell more. And I'm not saying she's got to tell it to me. I'm not saying she's got to tell it to YouTube. But I really hope that for the sake of Michael Vaughn, whatever she knows, she is very fluid about any little thing. But if she wants to be a willing victim, that doesn't help Michael. And she knows we're live now, and she is more than welcome to grab the link.
I kind of broke up with him, and he still thinks we're a thing, kind of, to be honest. I told him he needed to go get his name cleared and shit.
Okay.
I was like, dude, I can't deal with the stress. I was like, for one, I lost the baby because I'm stressing about because I had Fruitland detected.
Okay, we'll come back to that. She told Brandon, now she put in my comment section that she didn't know about this until December. I'm assuming December of 2024. That's the most recent December I know of. And yeah, again, she hooked up with Brandon and she said she has lost her baby. Now, she's made that public in other places, so I'm not saying anything that's a secret. A lot of people have had questions for me. They're like, is she truly pregnant? Because she said somewhere else that she lost the baby at 3.5 weeks. She told me she was due in September and that she found out in October she was pregnant. So I don't know. I don't know. All right. I know it takes 9 months. 9 months. So the math ain't mathin' for me. But the stress from all of this, police reaching out to her, all of that stuff is what caused this miscarriage. What in there? Don't know.
Debs, come to my house. I kind of broke up with him, and he still thinks we're a thing, kind of, to be honest. I told him he needed to go get his name cleared and shit.
Okay.
I was like, dude, I can't deal with the stress. I was like, for one, I lost the baby because I'm stressing about because I had Fruitland detectives come to my house.
Well, why would they do that?
They were offering Brandon a plea agreement.
Okay. Did you tell that online?
No, someone else did. And he denied it because...
Okay, the reason I asked her this is because it might not be a good idea to blast online that somebody was offered a plea agreement. I have made that mistake. I have made it. That actually puts the ball in another court. That's why I'm saying probably not a good idea. So she is saying that they came to offer at her parents' house in Lewiston, Montana, to offer Brandon a plea agreement. I did not realize it was done that way. I kind of thought you'd have to be in an official office and all that stuff. But hey, I wasn't there. Now, this would have been huge for me. If I was dating some dude who I thought was pretty cool, you know, even though he used to live with Stacy Wandra, and then the police show up asking exactly what he's been denying, saying, not only are we accusing you, we haven't charged you, but here's a plea agreement. That is insane.
He's like, dude, I don't even know where I didn't even met the kid. Like, I don't know what else to do.
Now, this is offensive. I will say this. When she said Brandon never even met the kid, Brandon didn't meet the kid, that type of stuff. You're going to hear a lot of that.
So, I don't know. I just want Michael found.
Don't we all?
I even said that, by the way. I commented a really good comment on it. For you. Oh boy. Anyways, so I wanted to talk to you. I haven't talked to you for a minute.
Well, I can tell you right now, I can't imagine anyone that would find you responsible. But if you had, excuse me, I'm a little.
You're gonna say it again. You always do. I know nothing because everything I have said.
I'm not law enforcement. I'm telling you right now.
I know. But I'm just saying, I have already said what I had to say. That's all I know. I don't hang out with Dan and Jessica anymore since Brandon's been gone.
Now, Dan and Jessica is quite a story, all right? Jessica reached out to me a couple months ago. I have the email and sent me this big old long story. Can everybody hear me? Hello? Jessica, if it's the same Dan and Jessica, reached out to me and told me this story about Misty. So for some reason, this Dan and Jessica, who would I assume have no dog in the race, have an issue with anything Misty says. I just don't know if I would take time out of my day to send an email to a perfect stranger that has nothing to do with law enforcement and say, this person's full of shit. She was involved in a murder in Montana with Stacy. We'll talk about that another day. Unless there's some substance there. But Misty's like, I don't hang out with Dan and Jessica since Brandon left. It's extremely, when people scream and yell and say, Why haven't they? Why haven't they? Why haven't they arrested them all? Because I think there's more all to it. I think there's some other people that could possibly be involved. Blessed Mama said, how would you know if this stuff wasn't true? And she was 100% truthful because without even asking, I was told the same story by someone else. You're exactly right, Blessed Mama.
So I don't get any more info about Adrian or anyone else. Thank God I don't hang out with Dan and Jessica after jumping out of a moving vehicle twice over him.
Now, I don't know what moving vehicle she jumped out of. I have no idea. But this is insane. Hot Mess said, Brandon left her because she lied about being pregnant. He will not even answer her calls. I have been told this by someone very close to her who is with her almost every day. No, I will not reveal who. We don't need to know who. All right, so that's their issue right there. Brandon said that she made up being pregnant. I can imagine. And how did you get looped in with these people? Because, I mean, you seem like a really nice girl.
So I was actually going to help Jessica because I know Jessica since I was young, like 12, 14. I used to hang out with her sister all the time, her younger sister, all the time. And then I messaged Jessica one night and I was like, I'm so bored. What are you doing? She's like, I'm packing. You want to come and help? And I was like, maybe tomorrow. And so that's when I went and helped them pack their house. And that's how I got around them.
Yeah, you did tell me that. I forgot about that. I know she reached out to me and she,
Jessica?
Jessica. I can read you the email.
She's a piece of shit in my eyes.
Well, I mean, she seems very nice, to be quite honest.
She's nice. She does her cover. If you know what I mean. She plays a cover. Her and Dan are toxic, okay? Period. She's done some crazy shit to Dan, and then Dan has huge trauma and huge PTSD over it, so he's not happy anymore. He makes everyone else shitty.
Okay, I don't understand why Jessica and Dan are such a big deal. I don't understand why everyone seems to know each other, but yet doesn't know each other. It's a really strange dynamic. Hence why, again, I have faith in the justice system, because it seems to me that the DA in Fayette County, prosecuting attorney, might be going, there's a little more to this than meets the eye. Little more.
And they always drink.
Okay.
And they're always fighting. I could care. What did she say to you? I just don't like the chick. She brought up the pregnancy on the YouTube I did. I did 2.5-hour YouTube.
Oh, you did? I didn't know about it. What channel?
Really?
Do you have your own channel?
No, I did it with Samantha.
Oh, okay.
You can go listen to it. I thought you knew, Brooks. But anyways, I did promise you I would do YouTube with you too, so...
Okay. Well, I mean, if you want, up to you. I mean, I just...
Yeah, I did promise you, remember?
That's perfectly okay by me.
But I'm not a morning person.
Okay. I mean, we're talking about Michael Vaughn.
Yes. Michael Vaughn's case. Yes.
Right. And I mean, I would think that somebody in your circle would know something about.
I don't know. I don't hang out with anyone anymore, dude. I go to my auntie's and take care of my auntie who's on oxygen, and then I take care of my mom and my kids.
I totally get that. Have you
I
read
don't really.
have you read everything about what happened to Michael?
Yeah, here and there. I get irritated about it because I think it's fucking wrong and sick and gross.
Okay. I just asked her, what have you read about Michael? She goes into this parade of it's wrong and it's sick and it's gross. But then she says, I haven't read too much. Somebody has said something to her. Next to Stacey and Brandon, the only person that has said to me that Adrian was there to traffic Michael was Misty. So I've got 3 people telling me the same thing. And yes, if I know, law enforcement has known way before. And it is sick and it is disgusting. So she says, I don't really know. And then she goes into this tirade. And I'm just going to do a little TED talk right now. One of the craziest things people can do in these cases, especially that involve children, is not to listen to what law enforcement is saying. That is so dangerous. For one, for the family, because you get a lot of crazy people in. I mean, a lot of crazy people. But it makes law enforcement's job harder to get their job done when they have a bunch of nutbags calling saying, well, have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? How come you haven't had a press conference? And still are turning a blind eye to what they're saying. I know we have several cases we talk about. We speculate, we have discussions, you name it. We have our own theories, but it comes right back to the facts. So when I asked Misty how much she knows about Michael Vaughn, little to nothing, but she knows it is gross, it is sick, it is disgusting. Listen to this again. Somebody in your circle would know something about.
I don't know. I don't hang out with anyone anymore, dude. I go to my auntie's and take care of my auntie who's on oxygen, and then I take care of my mom and my kids.
I totally get that. Have you
I
read?
don't really.
Have you read everything about what happened to Michael?
Yeah, here and there. I get irritated about it because I think it's fucking wrong and sick and gross, and of course that fat fucker has something to do with it. It just grosses me out and makes me sick to my stomach. Because I can't imagine my own kid going like that.
I couldn't imagine either.
I just want Michael home. And I feel like I have a connection with Michael in a way because of our birthdays the same. Just different years. So on my birthday, I am planning on to do something for Michael. I might throw balloons in the air. Like a message for him.
That would be great.
Because our birthday is June 24th. So I really want to do that.
All right, put this together if you will. Brandon, Misty, and Michael all have the same birthday. Yes, my friends, they do. So, being born under the same sign doesn't really give you a lot in common. She's like, obviously, different years. Yeah, I got that part. And so she's going to release balloons for Michael. I really don't know what got her hot to trot to start talking. It might have been a show I did because she did reach out to me and said I was all wrong about Brandon and things like that. But this might not be the best look for old Misty to say such inappropriate and crazy things. She might want to just get her little journal out and write down everything she can think of she has been told between Stacy and Brandon. And yes, she was still in contact with Stacy in and out of jail. And let law enforcement know.
This Michael kid has really, I can't use kid because they don't like that, but I'm saying his name. Michael, I can't say his last name. That's why. I say the Michael kid, or Michael kid. What's his last name?
Vaughn.
Vaughn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michael
Vaughn.
Michael Joseph Vaughn.
Joseph, ugh. I hate that name. That's because I have gotten tackled by an officer named Joseph. Because my ankle, like, before my ankle broke, my ankle turned. Like, you know how you're walking down the step or walking and your ankle goes out, comes back?
Yeah.
Or your knee? Yeah, that's what happened, and so he grabbed the back of my neck. Because he thought I was going to run. I was like, no, dude, I was just moving my feet and I turned. My ankle went,
because you've had problems with police before, I mean, don't think you can't reach out and just tell them what you know. Because
I do. I have. I even talked to the Fruitland chick. And I talked to Fruitland Tyler. I have been doing everything I can to help Michael.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure someone, around your house has heard something from...
Not really. Brandon hasn't been around since he left.
I'm saying before. I mean, there's got to be some location that, I mean...
I don't know nothing about that kid. Michael. I'm telling you, Brooks, like, please, like, I'm doing everything I can for this kid, for Michael.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying you're not.
And I live with my parents and my two kids.
I love when people get tangled up into something they shouldn't have been in the first place, and suddenly they find Jesus, care about their parents, their aunt on oxygen, and their kids they haven't had custody of in years. Love it. All I care about is, oh, cool. All right, so if that's all you ever cared about, then you wouldn't have had a murder suspect in your parents' house. You wouldn't have. If all you care about is mama, daddy, aortas, oxygen tanks, and your children, then you wouldn't have had a murder suspect in your house. Okay, well, they don't live there, but beyond that...
They live here with me.
Okay, that's
I
good.
live at my parents' still because I didn't get into that apartment because someone before me took it. Damn it.
Simple conversations with someone like Brandon I mean, you can easily just bring
That's
certain.
impossible right now. We barely talk. And when he does, he's online for maybe 5 minutes, and then he's off. He says, love you, and then he's off. So, it's impossible now.
All right, well, he still loves you. So, I mean, you know, I mean, money won't bring Michael back, but I mean, you could ask some questions.
Not really. Because every time I ask him if he's done what he's supposed to be doing, we kind of get into an argument. There's been more than a few times me and him have gotten into a fight over it.
Well, God forbid that your girlfriend, Brandon, you're living at her parents' house. God forbid Misty has the nerve to ask you about Michael Vaughn. And you get into an argument. Why would it be an argument? It'd be so easy. I know nothing about what they're talking about. Why would there even be an argument? There would be one argument, probably not even. If I found out somebody in my house, whether I was bedding down with them on my parents' waterbed or not, I find out they're a suspect, a named suspect in a kidnapping and a murder of a child, there wouldn't be an argument, dude. It'd be a 911. I think I found somebody. Call me stupid. Call me ignorant. I just found out about this. He got to go. He can't be around here anymore. Okay. Well,
because I told him he could have cleared his name when he put that in the past. I was like, that doesn't matter. I was like, they're now just bringing it back up, and ever since that detective came to my mom's door, my mom and my kid answered it. And they asked for me, not Brandon. I'm going to put on my headset really fast, okay? You're going to hear my mom's stuff going on loud.
Okay, honey. It's fine.
But I thought I would let you know what's all been going on. It's just been a hoo-ha for me.
Well, let's concentrate more on you and how you're feeling after the miscarriage and your neck, okay?
Okay. Let's see how I feel. I feel like I don't know how I feel right now. I just feel a lot of shit going on through my head most of the time. I just feel like I lost something in part of me. I feel like, oh. Are you there? Hello?
Yes, I'm just listening to you.
Okay, sorry. I just put you on my headset, so.
I just couldn't imagine, being you and you have a suspected killer living with you at your parents' house and you're pregnant.
Yeah.
And people are asking you for questions. I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine it.
I mean, I know who Stacey is for one. She lied about with me getting in trouble too. So, and the only how I found out about it is when in December, Stacey messaged me and asked me to go out on a date with him.
Okay, so she said she found out in December. The only about I know is Vaughn. Stacy messaged her, obviously before he went to jail, and hopefully law enforcement has copies of all of this. He wanted to go on a date with Misty. Now, Stacy has no money. Stacy has no transportation. So I don't know what kind of date we're talking about here.
And yeah, I told him, I was like, dude, you have so much to prove to me, blah, 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 blah. I was like, plus, I don't see you as my type.
But why is Stacy part of the problem? Stacy's in jail, okay?
I was saying that Stacy messaged me in December. That's only how I found out about it. And then, like, yeah, being, like I told Brandon, too. I was like, dude, you need to go clear your name, do something, because what if you go to prison? How is it going to look on me? I was like, because I'm with you, and you're getting charged for first-degree murder on a child.
Well, no, that's a Hallmark card and a half. That's something for Dr. Phil. How's this going to look on me? I'm having a kid with you. You live here at my parents' house. I got Stacy calling me in December wanting a date. And you're being charged with first-degree murder. Okay, so that was in December. But they just recently broke up. What on earth are we dealing with? Anna said she sounds drunk. She doesn't drink. I can't figure it out. I really can't.
But he hasn't been here for about 4 months now. So, it was really hell scary for me. But I had...
Hang on, 4 months. It's just May 1st.
Yeah, dude, he's been gone since... Hold on, let me look at the calendar.
No, today's May 1st.
Yeah, I know. He's been gone since February, the end of January.
Yeah, I talked to him in January at your house, and he was snowmobiling, and he got off. He came in and talked to me.
When did you do the video with Sam?
I don't know.
In February. So it was late. Okay, so it was the end of February is when he left.
Are you trying to act like you don't know what's going on to cover for him? Just tell me the truth.
No, I really don't. I haven't really been talking to him. He's been gone since the end of February. It's fun.
So this is when your old buddy Brooks is getting irritated. I'm like, are you trained to cover for him? Because we can remember the truth. We can't remember a lie. Oh, he's been gone for 4 months. Bullshit. Because the last time I talked to Brandon was not too long ago. And I guarantee it was in the last few weeks. And I could hear all the bullshit around him. Mom, Dad, Misty. But she wants to make sure everyone knows he hasn't been around there. They already know. They already know. Law enforcement already knows. They know who has been harboring a murder suspect. I'm going to go ahead and say it. That already know who has been harboring a murder suspect.
And from Idaho came and picked him up, and they were supposed to go snowmobiling for 2 days.
Yeah, I heard that whole conversation. And that's insane. Okay, but anyway, I don't know why anyone would protect Brandon. I just don't get it.
I mean, I did because I don't see him that way.
I mean, I get why you did because you didn't understand what's going on. And like you said, clear your name. Well, he's not going to clear his name on YouTube. Okay, so simple question, not a loaded question, no misinformation, no twisting things like people love to say. I said, why would anyone protect Brandon? She said, I did it because I don't see him that way. So you're admitting that you have protected him? Again, what am I missing here? And I'll get some comments saying that's just the way she talks. She didn't mean it that way because she doesn't understand American English. That was a knee-jerk reaction. Why would anyone protect Brandon? I did it because I don't see him that way, she said. Excuse me.
Yeah, he did. He did with Sam. He did a talk with Sam right before actually, the day he left, he did an interview with Sam on YouTube.
And that's perfect. And that's what he should do. I mean, talk to anyone. Talk to anyone. This whole plea deal, he should take it.
Not really. It's offering taking the death penalty off the thing. And the Fruitland detective lied to me when she came and told me with the plea agreement. She didn't really stay with the plea agreement. They just said that they had a really good plea agreement offer. And I was like, oh, yeah? And she's like, oh, yeah, he will be able to come to be a family with you and the baby.
Well, that's nice. And that's
next thing I know, the next day, it was to take off the death penalty off of life.
Okay, so, I mean, what's the true story here? I mean, what's a plea agreement? Okay, so the woman detective from Fruitland found Brandon's ass up in Montana with Misty. Okay? And they're like, you'll just get life. We will recommend to the DA you do not get death. Won't even be on the table. I'm sure there are some strings there, like, hey, can you tell us what happened? Hey, can you tell us where Michael's at? So she's sitting right there going, he didn't take it. All right, someone's offering you life or death. Let's play bingo. What would you take? Come on. So again, she's watching this whole thing. Now she's trying to say the detective lied. Good luck on that one. Good luck. But it was just to take death off the table. That sounds like a pretty damn important conversation. Don't you think? Yeah, imagine someone coming to your house and saying, we're ready to make a plea agreement. So instead of just locking you up, we can either just lock you up forever with some white bread and some cold beans. We can take death off the table. Oh, okay. Well, I'm busy right now. So that's, if Misty heard what she claims to have heard, this is a very serious plea deal. According to Stacy, his was 15-7 to show them, to tell them where Michael is. A conditional plea agreement. There was no mention of life, and there was certainly no mention of death. But again, remember who we're dealing with. Because this spice cabinet is pretty damn rank.
A plea agreement is...
No, I understand that. What was a plea agreement? I mean, because Stacey was offered one too, to show where Michael is. They're asking two people where Michael is.
Yes. They asked where Michael was, and then said the plea agreement is to take off the death row.
So they came to your door
Yes.
with no paperwork.
No, just the
Didn't bring him into
detective
an
from-
office. Nothing like that. And didn't put him in custody. They offered him a plea agreement at your parents' house.
No, they didn't offer him a plea agreement at my parents' house. They came and looked for him. He was out and about. Actually, that was 3 weeks of him being gone. He was gone.
Okay.
And I was trying to get a hold of him. I got a hold of him. I gave him the number. He called. That's all I know. Next day, the detective and the prosecutor from Idaho came down. And the prosecutor even said, I was like, what does this look to you? Because the prosecutor was here and the detective from Fruitland. And I was like, what does this look to you? And he said that he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay, so we're supposed to believe that the prosecuting attorney from Idaho, I do believe this is like what Brandon told her, because it sounds similar to what Stacy told us, that he says he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. All right, dude, that didn't happen. No prosecuting attorney who's trying to get his ducks in a row is going to say anything like that to someone they're considering giving the firing squad to. Sounds like you're at the wrong place at the wrong time. No. Just like when Stacy was on here and he said the prosecuting attorney was talking to his attorney that has nothing to do with the case of Michael Vaughn, supposedly said, it's laughable, we don't have anything. I don't see that being the case, dude. He has sat down with Michael's mother. She has seen the probable cause affidavit.
I have witnesses. I have my kids. I have my mom. I was outside with the sheriff here.
Okay, I don't think anyone is denying your story. I think they're just...
I know, I'm just saying. Sorry, I don't mean to be moody. It's been a lot for me.
Well, you've been through a lot. I mean, you just had a miscarriage. You're waiting on neck surgery and everything like that. So,
my mom gets her heart checked next month on the 15th, I believe. To see if she can actually do heart surgery. Yep, on the 15th in Billings.
I just think the best thing that anyone can do that is talked to by law enforcement is just to tell the truth.
I do tell the truth. Dude, I don't lie. I can't lie. I'm not a good liar. Like, I'm straight up honest, Brooke.
I'm not saying you.
I know, but your point is, I'm just saying you make it sound like me.
No. I'm just saying if I was you and... Now listen, if she isn't holding any information, if she didn't cover for something, then why would she even worry? She's like, well, you're making it sound like it's me. No, I'm just saying, dude, you were with a murder suspect. And you used to have, off and on, a great relationship with another murder suspect. One, according to her, was offered a plea deal for life without death. That'd be her pretend baby daddy. Then you have Stacy, that was offered 15 and 7. You served 15, which is probably 12, and you got probation for 7. This is what we have been told. But she can't lie. She is holding something in. And I don't know what. Has her life been threatened? Is she talked about her reputation. I can't imagine her reputation being that pristine. I really can't. I don't think that there's anybody at the local Elks Lodge saying, people are talking bad about Misty. I don't see it. Something's gonna have to give here, and these people have got to quit playing games. Let me tell you a story. There was a woman a long time ago, and she was with a man, and there's a lot of things on the news about him, and she refused to believe it. And she took up for him, and she said, that's all I know. Well, that man was Ted Bundy. And police were coming to her house and all kinds of stuff. And so, I mean, we're talking about a little boy that is presumed to be dead.
Went missing. And he was only 5. Now he's almost 9, I believe. If I remember correctly. Because it's almost been about 4 years, right? Right?
Yeah, if you want to count it that way, yeah. Okay, so when I say the word murder, again, I do not believe that Misty was there when whatever happened. I don't. But when she said, you mean missing? Okay, you don't get death for missing. You don't have a plea agreement for missing.
So he was 5 when he went missing, right? So he would be 9 going on to 10, maybe.
Yeah. I don't like to round things up like that way. He disappeared July 27th of 2021.
Oh, I thought it was July 21st. I don't know why I'm looking at the 21st mark, but you're right. It was the 27th of July of 2021. And I understand that I have done some.
I understand that you're scared, but the best thing you can do is just, I know you said, I tell them everything I know. Well, then, so be it. You did.
Yeah.
If Brandon told you nothing and,
It kills me about the whole Brandon thing. But I did tell him, we have gotten in plenty of arguments. I was so stressed over it. I told him, I was like, dude, you need to go clear your name. I was like, I'm so stressed about this. I was like, and especially after the detective came to my door, I was like, dude, you need to. I was like, you need to put on your big pants, your big boy underwear. And then I gave it about like a week, and I was like, yeah, I was like, we can't be together until you clear your name. So we're broken up in my view. But in his view, he doesn't want to leave me.
Of course not. He needs somewhere to hide out. Okay? He needs somewhere to hide out. She goes, we're broken up in my view, but not in his view. She's actually talking like Brandon. Remember when he was talking to JLR? And he goes, in my view, in what I saw, in my opinion, that's the kind of stuff he would say. What I saw in my view, and that's what she's saying. So she's probably got some little lovey-dovey message from Brandon saying, in my view, we're still together. So I'll camp out in the woods until it's okay for me to sneak in your parents' back door, and take a shower and wash my ass. Well, I'm sure not. I mean, he's got a place to live and he has minimal things to do.
Not really. He hasn't been here for a few months.
Yeah, you said 4 months. That's impossible. But anyway.
Hold on. So it's about 3. Sorry, I'm in September. I'm writing down birthdays. So February, the end of February, end of March, April, so 3. He's been gone for 3. My bad. That was my bad for not counting the months. It felt like 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Because we really don't talk anymore.
Mm-hmm. No big deal to me. Because, I know when you told me that, Brandon and you were broke up, it was, you said like in one fell swoop, you lost the baby and you and Brandon were broke up. And I'm like, okay, that's a lot of stuff to go on at once. Was Brandon with you at the hospital?
Nope, he was gone. He was with his buddy that came and got him. I lost it Saturday. Hold on, sorry. I have to look at dates to help me remember.
Okay.
So I lost it the beginning or the middle of last month, the 14th or the 15th. The 14th.
Okay, so she's looking at last month. I've already made it clear. We're talking on May 1st. She said, I lost it the 14th or the 15th. I have to look at my calendar of April. It's got to be on a Saturday. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay. Now, I've talked to her since then, and she never mentioned losing the baby. I lost it, not the baby. Nothing here makes sense. Anyone I've ever known experiencing a miscarriage needs some sort of medical intervention. Okay. We go back from 3.5 weeks along till she told me before she was due in September of 2025. So it doesn't make sense. But whether she was pregnant or not, I don't care. I really don't. If she doesn't understand her cycle and what's happening with her body, that has nothing to do with me. We are just trying to get information about Michael Vaughn. And she's just not understanding that any little conversation could help. Anything she talked to Brandon about, especially since they had knockdown dragouts about him clearing his name. He could have said something. And how many of you ladies ever look at your husband's phones, your boyfriend's phones, your kids' phones? How many? I'd be scared shitless. I'll go ahead and say scared shirtless. If somebody was living in my house that was a murder suspect, it'd be a little more in depth than, you better clear your name. The only way to clear it is take the plea deal or give up information and wait to go to trial.
It's Friday. I just remembered the weekend.
So what did your doctor say?
About the miscarriage?
Yeah.
She thought it was good because she was worried about me being pregnant with my neck condition.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Her doctor was concerned about her being pregnant with her neck condition. I'm no OBGYN. Okay? I'm not. Exactly what the hell's going on between the neck and the uterus? Women's bodies are pretty damn resilient. Damn right. We can give birth to something as big as a watermelon and jump right out of bed and be able to take care of it. But she's got a bad neck, and they were concerned about her carrying a baby. Goodness, what's that old song? The leg bone's connected to the hip bone. The uterus bone is connected to the neck bone. No. No.
Yep. How's Greg doing?
My husband? He's doing great.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
How are you both doing?
Oh, good. You know, trying to grow tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers. We have a flood going in Oklahoma right now, so it's washing away a lot of our plants. You know, trying to grow roses.
Yeah, I seen that tornado. That was intense.
Yeah. I'm trying to get on the spring tour with some of my friends in the neighborhood, and it looks like I just won't make it.
Oh, damn. You know, it didn't stop snowing here until 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. Montana.
It's pretty cool here in Oklahoma. If we get ice or snow, it just warms like right back up.
Not here. It's negative degrees weather. There. Negative degrees of weather. Like, it's gotten below 40 here.
No, my favorite seasons are, I can't stand spring because it's just too much rain and too much stuff to do in the yard. I mean, one thing after another. Clean up limbs, all that stuff. I can't stand it. Christina said, addiction is so ugly. Anyone fighting it, I'm praying for you. Anyone overcoming it, I'm cheering for you. This gal fell in with a bad crowd and it ruined her life. That's what it appears to be. This is Misty. She was pregnant with Brandon's baby. Police came to her parents' house to find Brandon. And she's been drugged into something that, according to her, she's only known about since December. With Misty, is addiction the problem or is it denial? Is she scared of charges? Is she scared that she might have hid something for Brandon or kept information to herself she shouldn't have? Because she's very defiant when it comes to talking about Brandon. It's great that, things are blooming. I get that part. So I'm more acclimated to the summertime.
I love the summer, but I get too hot.
Yeah, I'm outside all summer long.
Well, not last summer, but the summer before I was in Missouri with my youngest. Oh my gosh. The humidity and stuff there. You get out of the shower and you're right back sweating. I was like, what? And now since me and my sons have been back in Montana, we get hotter than anyone else. So weird. I did my nails this morning. I wish I never did.
Do what?
I did my nails this morning.
And so you said you left me a comment on my show?
Yep.
All right. Well, good. Well, come on anytime. Speak for yourself, honestly.
I do. I always do. I learned how to have a backbone when I was like 9. No, I lied. Like 26. I sent them to you.
Oh, wow. That was great.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I spoke to Brandon on Facebook Messenger a few days ago, and he said he was still living with you.
Negative. He is not with me.
Okay.
Brandon's telling everyone he still lives here. He's still here, Mom. Mom! Brandon's telling everyone that he's still here. My mom even says no. He's not allowed to come back until he clears his stuff up.
Right. Well, I mean, when you talk to him, I mean, just bring up some things and just say, hey, where were you between July 27th, 2021 and the next few years? I mean, any odd place. I mean, there's a reward fund, Misty. And I'm telling you, people will celebrate you if you get it.
I'm doing the best I can, to be honest. But okay, I really don't think Brandon has it. Or he didn't do anything.
He's actually the only one that could. Okay?
Really?
Yeah.
What do you know now? Please tell me.
That part doesn't matter. I would just ask him. Just, hey, so...
No, please tell me so I can know ahead of time and not be like, please, I don't need any more.
Honey, I'm not going to prepare a statement for you. Just ask him what happened when Sarah got out of jail and he was still living at the house.
Okay.
And be cool about it. Okay? Just be cool about it and just ask him where he went. Like I said today, these people know how to get junk cars with no GPS. They know back roads. They know how to go against traffic cameras and things like that. They know how to leave their phones behind. Like I said today on the show, I'm like, you could be the hero. You could if you talk to these pieces of shit.
Yeah. It still hurts me about Brandon. Just saying.
Well, if you're
I really did fall for the guy.
It hurts her about Brandon because she really fell for the guy. Well, that's what, people like that do. And Brandon seems to be good at it, considering what he's accused of, considering what he's put his mother through, considering how he can con his way into free living and free cars and everything. I mean, that could be the case. According to them, her parents, Misty, he's not living there. But her heart's broken about Brandon. Okay. I would be mortified. I would be scared. I would be furious if that person was ever around my child. Children, as she has. I'm sure you did, but if you're wrong, you're wrong. And you're not accusing him. Michael's, there was evidence found at the house in Kuna. There was remains, excuse me. Evidence found at the house in Fruitland.
Did you have a tongue twister?
A tongue twister?
Yeah. Or were you sneezing?
What are you talking about?
You said, excuse me. Because you couldn't spit up the words. So I was asking if you had a tongue twister.
Oh, no. I was sneezing. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's why.
Kind Kim said, oh, she's slow, so Brooke is trying to fish information from her. She's not slow. She knows who she knows. She knows who she's around. She knows who was living with her. She knows that. And you got up my ass sideways a few weeks ago because you just love Seth Rogers and you won't even understand the truth of what's really going on. This woman knows things. We're talking about a little boy named Michael Vaughn. Kind Kim said, well, someone said that in chat. No, they didn't. You said it. Just enjoy the show, okay? Do something nice for someone today. And thank you, Kimberly Mann, and happy birthday to you always for gifting Crown Minds and Laws memberships.
I kind of thought, but it kind of sounded like a tongue twister. I have those a lot. But no, Brandon is not living here. Brandon has not been with me. He left 3 months ago. The end of this month will be 4.
Okay. That's up to you guys.
What's up to us?
So, what happened when the police came to you guys in Montana?
They came to my door and knocked, and my mom answered, and my kid went with my mom, and they asked for me, and I was already shooken. And she was like, we're not here for you. We're asking you questions about Brandon, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so she said they came there and they asked for her. Okay, probably a pleasantry. Can I talk to her and find out where her boothing is? That type of thing. And, before she said they were there looking for Brandon. It could be both. They could have said, is Misty here? And they waited to make contact with her to say, Where's Brandon?
Yep, my mom had to come and get me because I seen some there. I thought it was like Jehovah's Witness church people because I didn't see the sheriff.
Yeah.
I seen the detective from Fruitland and the prosecutor.
Okay. Listen, they're just looking for answers. And, you've
I
been,
know.
and he's been right there with you in your house for a long time.
It was, actually, to be honest, he was gone a lot of the time. He was at my house, but then he took off for 2.5 weeks, and then he came back. And then he took off again and hasn't been back.
I mean, what about when I was talking to you that one day and your mom said he keeps bringing that stinky duffel bag around?
What stinky duffel bag?
Ask your mom.
Did you ever say Brandon? No, he didn't even have a duffel bag when he came. He had a backpack. And no, she was talking about the dog or the two people that she doesn't care for, and that's Dan and Jessica.
Odd, because in a previous conversation, her mother said, as long as he keeps that stinky duffel bag out of here. Okay? Doesn't want Dan and Jessica around. Now it's a backpack. And you can hear her mom talking in the back, but then all of a sudden, Misty takes over the conversation. Listen to it again.
Sneezing.
What are you talking about?
You said excuse me, because you couldn't spit up the words. So I was asking if you had a tongue twister.
Oh, no. I was sneezing. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's what I kind of thought, but it kind of sounded like a tongue twister. I have those a lot. But no, Brandon is not living here. Brandon has not been with me. He left 3 months ago. The end of this month will be 4.
Okay. That's up to you guys.
What's up, Ross?
So, I mean, what? Hang on. Misty's calling me. I'm going to put the link in. Hold on. Hey, do you want to come on the show, Misty?
No, I
Why?
just heard about it. Why are you saying stuff?
I'm not, honey. You're welcome to come on anytime.
Okay.
Okay, she hung up. She can come on. Remember, this is about Michael. We're here to help, okay? What happened when the police came to you guys in Montana?
They came to my door and knocked, and my mom answered, and my kid went with my mom, and they asked for me, and I was already shooken. And she was like, "We're not here for you. We're asking you questions about Brandon, blah, 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 blah." Yep, my mom had to come and get me because I seen some there. I thought it was like Jehovah's Witness church people because I didn't see the sheriff.
Yeah.
I seen the detective from Fruitland and the prosecutor.
Okay. Listen, they're just looking for answers. And, you've been...
I know.
And he's been right there with you in your house for a long time.
It was, actually, to be honest, he was gone a lot of the time. He was at my house, but then he took off for 2.5 weeks, and then he came back, and then he took off again and hasn't.
Okay, I'm waiting on Misty to grab the link. This is pre-recorded. She called when she heard about the stinky bag. Let me try to call her back. It's her life. She knows her own story, and she's welcome to come up. I mean, I want to be corrected. We want the truth. Do we not? Who in here wants speculation, lies, and theories? We want the truth. Now, a few weeks ago, she said Brandon's attorney said not to talk to anyone. But since then, people have been talking. Not a good attorney. Hey, Misty. Well, she answered the phone. Hey, Misty, are you coming up? Okay, never mind. She's welcome to. Again, it's her life.
Been back.
I mean, what about when I was talking to you that one day and your mom said he keeps bringing that stinky duffel bag around?
What stinky duffel bag?
Ask your mom.
Did you ever say Brandon? No, he didn't even have a duffel bag when he came. He had a backpack. And no, she was talking about the dog or the two people that she doesn't care for, and that's Dan and Jessica. Mom, do you remember Brandon having a duffel bag here? I don't. So he had a backpack but it wasn't a duffel bag. It was like a sport one. Or wait a minute, are those duffel bags? And it was small. Oh, I haven't seen this necklace in a long time. Shush. Shush. Uh-huh. Sorry. I told my mom, shush.
So why, when I said, ask your mom about the duffel bag, she changes the subject. Oh, no, that's a backpack. And then she says, oh, this necklace. And her mom's trying to talk, and she goes, shush, shush. I told my mom to shush. Listen, Misty, no one thinks you hurt Michael. Does anyone in here really think she hurt Michael? I can't think of one. Does she know more? And don't be hushing up your mama. It's your mama's house that was complaining about the bag.
I just found this necklace that my uncle gave me before he
that's
passed.
Great. Don't tell your mom to shush. No, I love her.
I do love her. She tells me to shush all the time. I sent it to you.
You've reached the 3-minute message limit.
Oh, that's
Then
cute.
simply hang up. To review,
Yep, my uncle gave me that before he passed away.
to send, hang up. Review 2. Re-record 3.
Oh, boy. Well, I miss talking to you, buddy. Friend. I consider you as a friend. It's messed up on how we got introduced to each other.
I know. And I was floored. I mean, when you contacted me and said that you and Brandon broke up and that you had lost a baby, did you have a DNC or, I mean, what happened?
Nope. I was only 3 months along. 3.5 weeks. 3.5 months.
Okay.
They don't do.
I don't get it. I get the misstep saying 3.5 weeks, but she was 3.5 months, but she told me she was due around Labor Day. So can someone do the math? I mean, what is going on here? This is crazy. But she found out in October she was pregnant. I don't get it. Hey, Missing PNW's here. Hey, girl. Look, I'm not expecting her to know all these things, but too many things have been said in our conversations that just are not adding up, and all roads lead back to their house guest.
At DC with 3.5 months. Not in Montana, at least.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were due in September.
I was, but when I lost the babies, I was 3.5 months. So it's been a minute. Like I said, the date. Now I'm not even looking at a calendar. The date was, give me a second, please. I can tell you.
Oh, I don't need the date. I'm good.
I lost it in the middle. I lost it March 15th.
Okay, and before it was April 14th or 15th. Okay, before it was April 14th or 15th in front of the calendar. I don't get it. I don't. And I can't imagine. I know several people are saying that she faked the pregnancy. Okay, that has nothing to do with Michael. I can't see anybody faking a pregnancy to keep a murder suspect in their wings.
So I got this new smartwatch. I actually accidentally bought 2. And I gave my mom one. It's different than the ones I'm used to.
Well,
confusing.
I said, that's good.
I guess. Confusing. I thought I liked watches, not this one. I like my Apple Watch, my new Apple Watch. I can't wear that anymore because I don't have the service anymore.
How the hell do you have money for an Apple Watch? You don't have a job.
Actually, my mom, it was on my mom's plan, and when I did have a job, I got it. I used to work, believe it or not.
Sorry, I had to ask that. How the hell do you have an Apple Watch when you don't have a job? I will never understand that. We've got money coming out the wazoo. Where are we getting the money? Hell going on? Seriously. Somebody pulled up in my driveway with a Rolls Royce. First thing I'm going to say is, who died? Fuck you, get this money. We're talking about a woman that, doesn't have 2 dimes to rub together. She goes, believe it or not, I used to work. Well, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Oh, I don't need the date. I'm good.
I lost it in the middle. I lost it March 15th. Great fun. So I got this new smartwatch. I actually accidentally bought two,
Mm-hmm.
and I gave my mom one. It's different than the ones I'm used to.
Well, that's good.
Confusing. Hmm?
I said, that's good.
I guess. Confusing. I thought I liked watches, not this one. I like my Apple Watch, my new Apple Watch. But I can't wear that anymore because I don't have the service anymore.
How the hell do you have money for an Apple Watch? You don't have a job.
Actually, my mom, it was on my mom's plan, and when I did have a job, I got it. I used to work, believe it or not. I worked for years. I cleaned Albertsons when... Do you know what Albertsons is? Do they have an Albertsons down that way?
No, we don't have any around the Tulsa area, but I did go to
What's
one
a
time
grocery store?
in Dallas. Yeah, they're great stores.
Yeah, okay. Well, I used to clean at nighttime Albertsons for over 8 years. And then I went and did Town Pump. It's a gas station. They only have one in Wyoming, so they don't go far with the Town Pump. I did that for a year, and then I got hired on with another one. What is this? Weird shit you find and stuff. And then I went to TJ's, which is another gas station, but then I got fired when my ex showed up. The one that choked me and slammed my face in. So, what do you like to do in the summer? How close is Georgia from you?
Georgia? Oh gosh, forever away. In the summertime, we like to play golf. We like to go to Jinx, Oklahoma. We have this place it's an open golf course. We play golf. Now for Mother's Day, I'm going there with my sons and of course my husband at the waterfront in Jinx. And so we'll have some breakfast, and then we'll walk around and look at the things on Main Street, just simple life,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, simple life. I'm a nerd. I don't house criminals. They don't come to live with me. I don't call anyone. I don't call Ange. I don't call Sophia. I don't call Nufflin and say, hey, there's a dude here that I think might be a murder suspect. And the other dude I was with, I think he might be a murder suspect too. Now, she's texting me right now telling me that somebody else told her not to talk to me. Okay. All right. Well, then I better get a letter about that or something. Yes, I chase OJ. I water my garden. Yeah. Yeah, it's action-packed around here.
I'm going to Georgia in 2 weeks, or actually the beginning in like 5 days
Really?
for 2 weeks. Yep.
We're in Georgia.
It starts with an A. Alta. Fudge. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't pronounce it right now. ALTH. I can't remember how it's spelled either. But anyways, it's one of the aquariums there, and a mall and a beach. I've never been to a beach yet. So my friend that I've known since I was 14 is paying for me to go down to get away because they're like, oh my God, Misty, you've been going through so much. I'm like, yep. They're like, you need a break.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep.
I don't blame your friend. I mean, after a miscarriage and a breakup and all this stuff.
Yeah. So they're paying for me to go down, and they're taking me shopping. Well, it's a guy that I've known since I was 14.
Oh, you have to go to 2 Urban Licks when you get down to Atlanta.
That's where I'm going, Atlanta.
Yes.
Thank you for saying the word.
Yeah, Atlanta. You're going to love it.
The what?
Atlanta, 2 Urban Licks. Ooh, she's fired up on my phone right now. Why would anyone tell her not to talk to me? That's crazy. Do we not want information for Michael Vaughn? I mean, Misty, none of this outside influence makes any sense, and it certainly doesn't help Michael. Like you said, you can't lie, and I don't care who you're talking to, unless it has to do with Michael Vaughn. Every time we go there, it's like an old redone warehouse, and it's so great. I mean, they make amazing steaks, great wine, great coffee, everything.
So I have to be careful on what I eat because I'll choke.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't eat steaks because I choke.
And if you go to the east side of Atlanta, you can go to what's called Sobu. And
that sounds so wrong.
Why?
What did you just say?
Sobu. Yeah.
Sobu? Okay. Weird names for everything.
It's on Grisham Drive, and you'll love that. And then it turns into an amazing restaurant. And that's when restaurateurs come over and they basically bring their leftovers. Anthony Bourdain actually covered it.
Who's that?
Anthony Bourdain?
Yeah.
He's a chef that goes around and looks at restaurants, and it's kind of a passion of myself and my husband's.
Oh, okay.
Now, the best bang for your buck, honestly, when you get to Atlanta, is to go to the Galleria district and go to the Homewood Suites.
Can you message me all these names? Because I got the gardens I'm gonna go to, the aquarium, some beach, the mall,
there's
the laser show.
There's no beaches in Atlanta. Okay. I'm just saying, when you get there.
He's going to take me to other towns around.
So,
too.
Are you going to drive there? Yeah, there's really no beaches in Atlanta. But I can tell you right now, Misty wants the hell out of town. Okay? I see you said Brandon said he was with Stacy and Sarah the night Michael disappeared. How does she not realize Brandon is involved? He said that he was there. I don't know. And he's been offered a plea agreement. All right. Hold on. Misty, I know you're listening. Peach State Mama is offering to take you to the beach in Atlanta. All right. I can hook you guys up. You said that you only care about your parents, your kids, things like that. But you're going to Georgia now because of things that have been going on. Again, tell the truth. I'm getting your messages. I'm seeing you're typing right now. It's crazy. And I don't need to know. I mean, I don't need to know. But I know who does need to know. Missing PNW said she also said Brandon left that night to go back to his mom's house. Huh. That's odd because Misty wasn't there. What we were told by Stacy is that Sarah and Brandon left the next morning when Adrian showed up, and they went to Kuna to take the laundry out of the washer and put it in the dryer. Odd behavior to fly, because if you're going to fly into Atlanta, I'm telling you right now, you're going to have a hard time.
My kids are just getting home, so you're going to hear a whole bunch of noise.
Okay.
Just a heads up. Okay?
Okay.
As you could hear my puppy. What? What's up? How was school? Fine. Did you get your paycheck? Yay! Okay, they're done. It's not as noisy as I thought it was going to be. Normal.
Okay, this is so important. Madam Secretary Christina Alaska said, does she know Brandon was bonking on Sarah to get her pregnant? That's the whole plan. Misty, you're so much better than them. Okay, Missy just texted me. Hang on. She said, I don't get it. I said, it's about Michael. Call her, come in. Brooks, and never said anyone told me not to talk to you for one. No, for two, why the boys are you doing this already? Yes, about this Michael. I get it, but already I told you what I know. We're talking about Michael Vaughn. I'm not getting this, and I don't get why you think I'm hiding something when I know I'm not, and I've told you what I know. You don't have to tell me. See, that's the point. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to talk to the internet. You don't have to talk to YouTube. Trust me, the internet's a big place. Misty, I know you're listening. The internet is a big place. Okay? There's content for days. We don't really need to hear from you. It really needs to go through law enforcement. She said, I'm not, and I've told you what I told you, and you keep on pushing and pushing. Did anyone hear me pushing? Normally it's me not talking, and she's talking. She said, thank you, though. Then she said, sorry, voice message sucks.
It's noisy. With my youngest. Anyways, okay, what were you saying to me before my kids came home? About Atlanta?
Oh, when you go through the airport, just be very careful about, how you go from terminal to terminal.
What's that mean? I've never been flying, so this is gonna be my first time flying.
Oh, okay.
Besides
Well,
when I was like a young baby.
all right. Well, obviously, when you go into Atlanta, you'll be landing. So, what's your
Yeah.
connecting flight? I'm going to assume from Boise or from Helena, Montana.
Bozeman, Montana. Are you be coming out of Bozeman? Where do you get Boise, Montana?
No, I didn't know if you were going to fly out of Boise because I was looking at connecting flights to get to Atlanta.
Oh, no, it's going to be Bozeman, Montana to Atlanta.
Straight shot?
Yep.
Wow.
If there's any layovers, I don't know. He gets paid like $400 for a ride.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
He's a truck driver, and he's like, if I make it, he's supposed to be back on the 5th at home.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's back at home, he's going to buy my ticket, and it's going to be like $400. And then I go from there.
Okay.
I'm kind of nervous because I haven't really been out of the state.
Okay, this is a little different story if a truck driver is taking her and she's not actually flying out. And she just has to go to Georgia, some dude's house around Atlanta. Okay, that's the truth. So she's going to hitch a ride. It'll be at some truck stop around where she's at in Montana. And then she'll be the hell out of there. And then she's saying then things will be situated later. None of it sounds very safe. Not weird at all, as you can tell. You're dealing with something in your life which is absolutely insane. Can't wrap your mind around. But no. You're communicating with a truck driver, no offense to my husband. And suddenly, even though all you care about is your parents and your children, and you're doing everything you can do for law enforcement, you've told them everything you know. She just said, now you're playing words in my mouth. I told you exactly what's going on. And I told you, oh my fucking God. Listen, if you're out of the state, Misty, she just said, I do know this person, and stop talking a whole bunch of fucking shit about me, please. I'm not talking about you. Misty, can you read the chat? Can you read the chat? We support you. We support you. You running out to go to Georgia for a couple weeks with a truck driver? Hey, so be it. I mean, buy your own truck. I don't know. You got Brandon, who is supposedly going to Knoxville. How does that look to people? How are you going to take care of your aunt's oxygen when you're in Georgia?
I'm a Montana girl.
All right.
Or an airplane besides when I was a baby.
All right. So who's this dude getting you an airplane ticket?
His name is Daryl. I'm not talking to you, Mom. I'm on the phone still. Okay, what? His name is Daryl.
Okay.
I've known him since I was 14. He went into the Army military style or whatever he did. He was the Air Force people.
Great. All right. So he's buying you a ticket, and then you're going to fly out of Montana and go to
Yep.
Atlanta.
Yep. Kind of nervous, kind of scared, because my friends are like, you don't need.
She's still upset with me. Okay. She said, I do know this person, and stop talking a whole bunch of fucking shit about me, please. Of course, she used asterisks. Please stop saying stuff about me, please, and thank you. Honey, whether you want to believe it or not, this is a public platform, and you were harboring a murder suspect. I know that according to you and a woman named Kelly Miller, people have been saying not to talk to me, which, by the way, is no sweat off my back. And I mean none. You need encouragement to do the right thing. And that means talk to law enforcement. Okay? I'm telling you right now. Running out of town and leaving your kids, your aunt that needs oxygen, and your parents behind isn't going to solve anything.
See the mouth, like, he's like, one of my best friends was like, so when you go there, you need to watch your mouth. And I was like, why? Because I have a mouth on me when I think it's like, the other night I go, hi.
Oh, I don't think Atlanta's
Hi.
worried about you.
But anyways, the other night I go, I watched my friend. No, she's talking to me. Anyways, sorry, that's my youngest. That's my mini me. So I watched this guy, which was her boyfriend, body slammer. I came back to check up on them because we were supposed to head out, and I watched him body slam her, and I freaked out. I go through a lot, and I stick up for a lot of people, and I have a mouth on me when I know it's in the right, and I'm sticking up for people.
Misty, a mouth gets you nowhere unless you're working in Vegas, okay?
I know.
Comedy or blowjobs, okay? So, I mean, enough with that. Horrible thing for Brooks to say. Horrible thing. You know, Misty says, well, I've got a mouth on me. I've got a mouth on me. Yes, I did say it. Okay? We can scream and yell. We can do it. It doesn't work that way.
Because my friends are like, you don't need a mouth. Like, he's like, one of my best friends was like, so when you go there, you need to watch your mouth. And I was like, why? Because I have a mouth on me when I think it's like, the other night I go, hi.
Oh, I don't think Atlanta's worried about you.
But anyways, the other night I go, I watched my friend. No, she's talking to me. Anyways, sorry, that's my youngest. That's my mini me. So I watched this guy, which was her boyfriend, body slammer. I came back to check up on them because we were supposed to head out, and I watched him body slam her, and I freaked out. I go through a lot, and I stick up for a lot of people, and I have a mouth on me when I know it's in the right, and I'm sticking up for people.
Misty, a mouth gets you nowhere unless you're working in Vegas, okay?
I know.
Comedy or blowjobs, okay? So, I mean, enough with that.
I'm trying to. I'm learning. But a whole bunch of people walked all over me in my past.
Okay, well,
So
you have to have a mind, and you have to do the right thing. And the right thing right now, I mean, is you're involved, whether you want to believe it or not, in a case.
Oh, are you back talking to the case? We were just talking about what happened the other night ago.
Yeah.
And I was telling you I had a mouth on me. I know I'm involved no matter what. I got myself involved when I went and dated him, and yes, I know this. It's not the best thing. It's stressful on me.
I want to ask you a question, and tell me the truth.
I've been telling you the truth, Brooks.
Okay. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. I'm telling you right now, means zero to me. For me, my life, my family, it means zero. Did you have...
Okay, you don't have to be mean to me. I think we're done talking. Have a good day.
Okay. From there, she blocked me. She didn't like me bringing up the duffel bag, which her mom said she was tired of. She changed it and said it was a backpack. Okay. I will give Misty Christina's number. As we all know, I'm not the best at talking to people. Anyone ever talk to me, they will flat out say, oh my God, what did she say? What did she say? What did she say? I don't have that training. I just don't have it. Okay. I very rarely turn my camera on, and I'm not one of those people. I do ask questions, and probably at the wrong time. I do worry about Misty because let's face it, the people that she has been around, these are suspects in a murder. Okay? What Misty doesn't understand is that Michael Vaughn, there is a reward fund. There are billboards. There is an active investigation. People are looking for him. Okay? If one of those people in all of this spider web of nasty people do something to Misty, no one is going to wake up and say, what happened to Misty? Anyone see Misty? I haven't heard from Misty. I've been talking to Misty. I don't think she gets it. I just don't think she gets it. You know, in her messages, quit saying stuff about me. Okay, it's not about you. We are talking about Michael Vaughn. And she's going to have to protect herself. And this is a true statement, I'm telling you. She has been given every warning, from me for the last several months. I don't blame her for possibly being really scared. I'm telling you. Because Michael Vaughn went missing in July of 2021. People are actually looking for him. If her parents say, hey, Misty was outside and we can't find her now, do you think it's going to be a scale search like that? No, because she's an adult. She needs to protect herself. So, what the hell is going on here? Okay, I'll deal with that later. What the hell's going on here? What's a big deal about talking about Michael's case? It's been that way forever. But either way, Misty, I get it. You're gonna go out to Georgia. I would be scared. I'd be scared shitless. It is crazy to me that Brandon is also he's going to Knoxville. But you're not a helpless 5-year-old, Misty, and so people are not going to be going crazy looking for you. They're just not. And you really need some protection. For your children, for your parents, for your aunt on oxygen, and for yourself. And today might be a good day to do the right thing and tell them what you know. Well, you guys are the absolute best, and thank you for being here. Sorry I upset so many people, but it just had to be done. And the best thing to do is go in front of it and say, listen, this is public. This woman could be being threatened. This woman could be in danger. Well, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. If you can, please share this video, give each other a hug. Remember, Michael Vaughn is still missing. Mod Squad, I don't know how you do it. Love you all.